Hi there, welcome to this .NET 5 and RabbitMQ tutorial. This tutorial is about quickly getting started using RabbitMQ with a topic subscription model using the RabbitMQ Net5 naive package. To follow along, you will need a running instance of RabbitMQ. I already have one running in Docker. I also have two projects, a CLI and a background service, and if you want to read the documentation, I've provided a link in the description. Let's start by installing the package. You can do this multiple ways via the .NET CLI or the Nugget CLI. Also, you can do it through the package manager. I will install it using the .NET CLI. Once you have the package installed, register the library. I will register the library in the publisher that I have. To start publishing events, simply get an instance of the iMessage publisher and call the send message, passing the message type, the topic name, and the message payload. To consume the message, create a subscription. I will create the subscription in the background service app, but you can do it in Web API if that's what you've chosen to do. Implement the base class, which is base message subscriber, and pass it in the type of message that you're receiving. In our case, we are publishing a string, so we are handling a string type message. You will need a constructor, and this constructor takes an iMessage parser and passes it to the base class. I'm also going to add a logger so I can view the message. Now set the topic name you want to start listening to. I will choose test topic, which is the same topic that I'm publishing a message to. For this tutorial, I'll add a delay to simulate the async task, and then I'll go ahead and log the message and return a response of success. Now for us to finally start using this subscription, we have to register. The last thing we have to do is to tell the packages to use all the registered subscriptions. With that said, we can run the application. And now let's publish a message to it. And we are publishing by simply running the .NET application. We submitted a message, and we have received and handled the message here. Now let's simulate an error. We will change the response from success to false and set the should retry property to true. This will trigger a retry loop. So we will need to set the max retries property and set a limit on how many times we can go into the retry loop. This value is already defaulted to 3. For this tutorial, I'll set it to 2. One thing to note is that the message will try to process the event the first time, fail, and then it will try to reprocess 2 more times. Let's go ahead and run it. And let's publish an event to it. Now we receive the message. 1, 2, and then the third time. Okay, so let's create a dead letter queue to handle the failed messages after they've done retrying. To create a dead letter queue or dead letter subscription, extend from the base message dead letter subscriber, implement the interface. And for this one, you don't need a constructor. However, I will add one so I can add the logger. And I will do the same thing. I will simulate a delay. And then for this scenario, I will capture the type of message that was originally submitted. You do this by accessing the types in the properties parameter. This will give you the type. For example, the message was a string, so this type should be of string. Of course, you have to return a response. One thing to note, the dead letter queue subscription will not go into the retry loop. If it fails, it will retry one more time to re-put the message directly, and then after that, it simply gets rid of it as a NAC. Now that you have created the DLQ subscription, go ahead and register, just like you did with the other subscription. And now let's run it one more time. And we got our message here. And now I went to the DLQ. All right, finally, let's run 2 instances of the subscription and publish 10 messages. So first thing I want to do is set the prefetch to 5. Five is the default, so you can change it. You don't necessarily have to provide it, but if you want to change it, now you know you can use 5 if you want to prefetch more messages. Let's change this success back to true. We don't want to retry all of the messages that we receive. And let's make this publish in a loop. All right, simple enough. Now let's run the application twice. And let's publish a message now. And that is all you need to do to get started with RabbitMQ. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the next video, I will show you how to get started with Kafka.